You are now listening to Tough Tiger Talk. Flash Report.
You're now rocking with Tough Tiger Talk on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q chiming in on this episode of Tough Tiger Talk. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and share Tough Tiger Talk with all of these fantastic LSU family members out there. This one entitled What QB Rickie Collins addition means for LSU as they continue to add talent in that very excellent 2023 class. And this one here, fam's coming directly from Go 24/7. Good article right here by Mr. Glenn West talking about it, breaking down the Rickie Collins move. And he mentioned it in front of a packed crowd that included his family, friends, and teammates. He made the commitment to LSU, and that marks the 19th commitment of the class that has now soared from just inside the top 50 all the way to number 6 since the beginning of July, which means that Coach Kelly and the staff has been putting in some major work to improve LSU into the future, putting aside the sheer amount of LSU work that they put in on the recruiting trail over the last summer. Adding Collins to the mix is important in a number of fronts. For one, it ensures the already stable quarterback room to have even more young talent in the mix, talent that doesn't need to be brought along right away. That's a big part of this thing, no doubt about it. The pitch to Collins was that he gets to stay home and play in front of his family and friends, but also really take the time to develop as a quarterback prospect in the SEC. And when you have young talent like Garrett, Nussmeier, and then Walker Howard in their second and first years with the program respectfully, it gives Collins some time to learn. And there were certain arguments to be made if LSU really needed a quarterback addition in this class, especially when considering the needs at the other positions like the O-line, the D-line, cornerback, and the running back position. But LSU really got a good look at Collins with the 7 versus 7 camp back in June on campus, where he came out through quite well with some of his Woodline teammates, including Jordan Matthews. From there, where the battle to flip Collins really started to heat up as the Tigers dialed up the pursuit of the talented Baton Rouge local product. Now, Collins said it wasn't until the Elite 8 camp when he started to believe LSU could be a real possibility for him. But what this does do for the LSU coaching staff, it signifies the first big recruiting win for quarterbacks coach Joe Sloan, who's been one of the most talked about members of the new staff when it comes to recruiting at that position. He built those relationships in multiple classes, very little time, and getting to flip a prospect like Collins shows the kind of a potential that he has with the top high school passers in the country. And then on the field, Collins has some great traits that will need to be polished, but the framework is there. He throws excellent velocity on his passes. He also gets in and out and runs a little bit, showing the ability to extend plays with his legs. There's certainly plenty of areas to work with once he's on campus, but it also let's not take away from the fact there's another huge win in for this LSU class. So they gave me the comparison to Desmond Ridder and Jaden Daniels. Collins said those are two great quarterbacks. Desmond now in the NFL. Jaden's going to have a great season. Everyone expects he's going to do great things. So just to be in a conversation with those guys is a blessing. I think I can do what they can do and maybe a little something more, added Collins. So, believing in itself. So with Collins on board, there's been a flurry of movement in the state. Now with 6 players staying in state, that's not only is the foundation of the ton of the past classes, but shows uncommitted guys likely like safety Kalen Jackson, offensive lineman Zalance Hurd, and athlete Kai Preem, how much value the Tigers have in bringing Louisiana players aboard. Now he's speaking about that. Also, 5-star receiver Shelton Sampson talked about wanting to recruit a number of those in-state names, with many more still uncommitted. Collins expressed those similar goals on Wednesday night. So this is the impact of having a Rickie Collins, and we talked about Sampson, that those guys turn around and help recruit those guys to LSU. which is major for the program. So the 2023 class now ranked 6th in the nation. LSU putting in that work all across the board, building up a really good future. The season coming soon against Florida State in the Dome. That's going to be a knockdown, drag-out thing as Coach Kelly opens up the 2022 season, the 2023 season looking good. And you got to be proud of how the LSU Tigers are handling the business, man, to be honest with you. So big shout out to the coaching staff, man, as they continue to handle the business as they bring in Rickie Collins. And this is what that addition means to the LSU. Bright future ahead for the Tigers under Brian Kelly. So with that being said, I'm in the stream on that. Much love to you guys. Appreciate you. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button, and make Tough Tiger Talk one of your favorite LSU podcasts. I'm Big Q, and I'm going to holler at you guys later. Go Tigers.
Subscribe to the Tough Tiger Talk channel and stay up to date for all things LSU football.